Today we are going to check fluid translucency. Translucent means that how much light can pass through it. All right. So we will using the Science Journal app. Science Journal app. I have shared a link with you all that about how to use Science Journal, and it's basic. Basically, it's all the important points or notes which is required for that Science Journal to for you to understand. So today's topic is actually solutions, all right, and how much light can pass through different types of solutions. Okay, solutions of pure substances such as water or a mixture or a solution specifically. All right, we have a specific sensor for it, light sensor. So we will use that light sensor and we will start doing our work. Okay. Now, what will you make? We have almost from 15 minutes to 1 hour, so we are good to go. What are you going to make? Up, boys, इसमें you can also print the instructions or write the instructions on a separate page. ठीक है, आज हम ऐसे नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट आज भी आप कर सकते हैं एंड फॉर द नेक्स्ट अपकमिंग क्लासेस हम ये कर सकते हैं कि जो भी आपको इंस्ट्रक्शंस दी जाएं पहले शेयर की जाएंगी, आप वो सारी इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो हैं वो एक पेज के ऊपर नोट डाउन कर लें. एक चीज जो आपको क्लियर हो वो ये है कि जो भी इसमें हम एक्टिविटी कंडक्ट करेंगे दैट विल बी होम बेस्ड. ठीक है, आई ट्राई कि आपको मैक्सिमम अवेलेबिलिटी चीज़ों की घर पे हो, वही चीज़ें यूज़ करें और इस ऐप का यूज़ I hope that it would be quite useful. Actually, I just came across this app. I was searching for different apps to conduct science classes, and this just it popped up right in front of me, and I found it very interesting. So that's why I thought to give it a try, because Kahoot भी हम कर चुके हैं already, and काफी सारी और चीजें जो हैं वो मैं आपको करवा चुकी हूँ, बट हम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट कंडक्ट नहीं कर पाते. So let's go to its instructions. What will you need? You need a clear plastic cup, because we don't have plastic cups. We are using glasses or mugs, whatever you would like, but it should be clear, transparent. A 1/4 measuring cup, a cup which you can use to measure different liquids. A teaspoon, okay, and liquids, different liquids to measure. Recommendation is that you use different colored liquids. It will give us a better vision of how the transparency of a fluid or of a liquid, it uh, changes the amount of light which is passing through that liquid. Okay, so step 1, find your ambient light sensor. With your Google Science Journal app running in ambient light mode and a bright light overhead, move your finger around the screen of the phone. When you see the reading drop, you have located the light sensor for your phone. Okay, so let me show you. I am presenting from another device. Alright, so this is my Science Journal app. I hope that it is visible for everyone. Now, click this add button, which is in the bottom. This is going to appear in front of you. Everyone is, it's clearly visible to everyone, I hope. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
it is an untitled experiment, so you will add the title. The title for it is, uh,
Light
for
measurement
example, how much light is transmitting
through opaque, translucent, and transparent.
through a solution. Yeah, through different solutions, because we are using different solutions over here. Okay, so my title is added. Now you have no observations yet, right? Because we haven't conducted the experiment yet. When you will conduct the experiment, you will have observations. For example, my first observation can be that I have uh, 1/4 glass of water with me, okay, and I have a 1/4 glass of yellow solution. These are my two observations. I'll post them. They are coming on the top, as you can see. Now, you will go to this small ball which is right next to observations. The very first sensor. Now, this screen is showing us different sensors. All right. And this graph is showing us that how much light is actually falling on the sensor of your cell phone or your whatever device you are using. Basically, this sensor will be located near to your camera. ठीक है, फोन का जहाँ पे फ्रंट कैमरा होता है उसके आसपास ये सेंसर कहीं पे लोकेट हुआ होगा, तो उधर से हम ये चेक करेंगे. जैसे अब आपके पास स्क्रीन पे आ रहा है कि द लक्स इज अ यूनिट फॉर मेजरिंग लाइट, सो इट्स वेरिंग. ठीक है, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट, माई सेल फोन इज नॉट स्टेबल एट वन पॉइंट. अगर आप इसको किसी टेबल पे रख देंगे तो आपके पास इसके ऊपर काफी स्टेबल किस्म के यूनिट जो है मेजरमेंट आएगी. ये देखिए मेजरमेंट है वो काफी स्टेबल हो जाएगी आपके पास. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले तो आप लोगों ने अब ये देखें मैंने अपने लाइट सेंसर के ऊपर हाथ रख दिया है विच इज ऑन द टॉप एंड, सो दैट्स व्हाई इधर यहाँ पे अब 2 लक्स आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, बिल्कुल हमारी मेजरमेंट ड्रॉप होगी. इट मीन्स के यहाँ पे मेरा लाइट सेंसर है. अब हमने ग्लास इस पॉइंट पे रखना है जहाँ पे आपका लाइट सेंसर लोकेटेड हो. ठीक है, समझ आ रही है बात? अब ये मैंने हाथ हटा लिया तो फिर मेरे पास जो है वो आ रही है सारी इसकी वैल्यूज डिफरेंट. ओके, यस महर. Okay, so our first instruction was that find your ambient light sensor. Okay, so we have located our light sensor. Now, step 2, prepare your test. Place your phone on a level surface under bright light. If your phone has a case or another accessory on it that won't let it sit flat, shim it with some cardboard. Means equal करें आप उसको cardboard नीचे रख के या कोई चीज ऐसी, or other easily accessible material. Okay, measure 1/4 cup of your first liquid and carefully pour it into the clear plastic cup. This is your first sample. All right. So I'll show you that how this all happens. I have set up some equipment. Let's read the instructions first. Then step 3 is that measure your first sample. With the sample placed over the light sensor, start recording on your first test. तो बेसिकली हमने लाइट सेंसर को अपने फ़ोन में लोकेट कर लिया है। लाइट सेंसर के ऊपर हम अपने ग्लास को रखेंगे या आप उसके ऊपर इतना उसको लिफ्ट करके रखें कि आपका लाइट सेंसर कंप्लीटली कवर रहे। दिस साइंस जर्नल ऐप आई हैव इंस्टॉल्ड इट राइट हियर। ओके, नाउ माय एक्सपेरिमेंट वाज हाउ मच लाइट इज ट्रांसफरिंग। ये सेव हो जाता है ऑटोमेटिकली। ठीक है, इसके बाद यहाँ से सेंसर्स आप ऑन करें। अब आपका सेंसर ऑन है। ठीक है, इसके बाद अब आपने इसके ऊपर यहाँ पे जब आपने इसके ऊपर अपना ग्लास सेट करना है, एट दैट टाइम फिर आप जो है इसको रिकॉर्ड करेंगे फॉर 10 seconds। यू विल रिकॉर्ड द मेजरमेंट ऑफ दिस ग्राफ। ये नीचे जो रेड बटन है आप इसे प्रेस करेंगे, आपके पास रिकॉर्डिंग जो है वो स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। ऑलराइट, आई होप इट्स क्लियर फॉर एवरीवन। ओके, सो इसी तरह से फिर हम नेक्स्ट डिफरेंट सैंपल जो हैं वो करते रहेंगे। सेकंड सैंपल करेंगे, फिर इसी तरह से थर्ड सैंपल करेंगे। अपनी मेजरमेंट जो है वो रिकॉर्ड करेंगे। ठीक है, रिकॉर्डेड मेजरमेंट्स आपके पास आ रही होंगी बाद में। आफ्टर यू कंडक्ट दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट यू विल get the screenshots of these recordings and the measurements, and you will share the screenshots on Google Classroom. Now इसके अंदर एक और स्टेप भी है, experiment with salt. Let's see how incremental changes can affect our readings. You will start by filling your cup with 1/4 cup of water and take a new measurement with the Science Journal app. Add 1 teaspoon of salt and stir until it is fully dissolved. Now take a new measurement. Then continue adding salt 1 teaspoon at a time and take measurements after each until the salt won't dissolve anymore. Okay? तो ये भी हम करके देखेंगे। आई होप दीज आर वेरी क्लियर, इंस्ट्रक्शंस आर क्लियर टू। अगर आपके पास जब आप लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हो और अगर आपको फील हो कि यू डोंट द इंस्ट्रक्शंस आर नॉट क्लियर, देन राइट द इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑन अ piece of paper and then start doing your experiment. All right? So I have two glasses with me, a glass of water and one glass with a yellow liquid right in front of me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my phone to conduct this experiment. All right. The very first thing which we'll do is we'll open the Science Journal app. Okay, and I told you that this is the experiment which I started, and I titled it as how much light is allowed to pass through a solution. All right, then I will go to the sensors. Okay, and my sensor is now on. Okay, I'll swipe it up. मेरा सेंसर जो है सारा स्क्रीन के ऊपर विजिबल होगा, including one more thing which you should be very clear with is this, that you should start recording, okay, your experiment when you want to when you want to record your measurements. Now the very first thing is this, that add a title, add your observations. Okay, go to the sensor and place your phone on a flat surface. Now I have put my phone on a flat surface. I have a glass of water. Now right now, because my cell phone is pointing on the light bulb, so that's why the reading which I am getting is, when I haven't placed my hand or anything on the sensor, then the reading which I am getting is around 140 lux. All right. Very first point is this, that start measuring this reading, okay, and record it. 10 seconds, your recording will be added to your observations. Second point, Now I will cover my sensor. Now my sensor is almost fully covered. When I have covered my sensor with my hand, I will start recording again. I'll press the red button and I'll start recording the measurement. And after 10 seconds, I will stop it. Okay. My second measurement will also appear right. First recording and second recording. It's almost of 10 seconds, which is appearing right in front on the top interface. Now I will start experimenting with these glasses of water and this yellow solution. Very first thing is I'm going to just hold up. I'm not exactly means you can say not loading it onto my cell phone. I have just lifted it up to a point that my sensor is almost fully covered with it. When you think that your sensor is almost fully covered with it, and when you are getting the minimum value on the measuring scale, then start recording that value again for 10 seconds. Okay, you will start recording the value for 10 seconds, and then when 10 seconds are complete, then turn it off. I have got my recordings. The minimum value is 94, average value is 98, and maximum value is 99. It means that this much percentage of that light was crossing this glass and crossing this glass of water and moving till that light sensor. Okay, and it was reaching to the light sensor. Now, when my very first recording is saying that the maximum value recorded was 143 lux, and when I use this simple glass of water, then my reading was maximum 99 lux. Okay, so you can see the difference. It is almost a difference of 40 luxes, which tells us that this much light has been minimized. Means that light is not flowing and it's not transmitting across this glass and this water. Means almost 60% light has transmitted from this glass and water, and 40% light was not being transmitted across this glass of water. Okay. Then I have an other glass which has a yellow colored solution. Again, I'm going to place this glass right on top of my uh, sensor of phone, and I'll start recording. Again, I will record it till 10 seconds because my previous measurements were for 10 seconds. That's why in order to get a clear picture and accurate result, I will measure it for the same time which I recorded before. Alright. Now this time I have got recording 4, that is maximum value is 74. See the difference? The maximum value for simple water was 99. The maximum value for this yellow liquid is 74. It means it has reduced. Means this colored solution is reducing the light to pass across the liquid. Alright. Now the fourth step which they told you was this, that take that glass of water which you have taken before, no need to take another glass of water, and start adding salt to it. And then we'll see that we'll see and compare our results, that how did the salt it affected our results, okay, of light which is passing through the liquid. So first of all, add just 1 teaspoon. This is 1 teaspoon of salt I'm adding to it. I'll mix it properly till it dissolves completely. Okay. It will take a few minutes, from 1 to 2 minutes. It will take to dissolve completely. And when once it is completely dissolved, you will again do the same thing which we did before, that we will place this glass over the light sensor and then we will check and record the measurement. Okay, so I think that it is fully dissolved now. It almost took me 2 minutes to dissolve it completely. See, it's almost completely dissolved. Now again, I'll put this glass of water above my light sensor. Okay, and I'll start recording. Again, I will record it for another 10 seconds. Alright, and when the 10 seconds are over, I will stop the recorder. Okay, so I've got my result. Now you can see that the water is cleared, means that it has the capacity. It is not fully saturated at this time. So it means that we can add another teaspoon of salt to it. We will add another teaspoon to it. And then we'll again start dissolving it. Alright. Once it is completely dissolved, we'll again check that whether the readings are varying from the previous ones or not. Now my readings are 98, which I have recorded. My maximum reading was 98 for 1 teaspoon. Remember. Now the reading which I'll get, that will be for 2 teaspoons. Teaspoon, it is not tablespoon. Okay. So it's almost fully dissolved now. Again, I will put it on my light sensor, start recording the value for another 10 seconds. Okay, now I am the reading which I got is 87. Last time I got the reading 98. It means that addition of salt is minimizing the transmission of light through this liquid. Alright, you can again test it by adding 1 more teaspoon of salt to it. Okay, add 1 more teaspoon of salt to it, dissolve it, and I hope then saturated solution will be formed. Dissolve it for another 10 to 1 to 2 minutes. It will take more time now because it already has salt in it. So that's why it will take more time because it is becoming more saturated. As we are adding more salt to water, it is becoming more saturated. All right, and that is the reason that now the light which is passing through this liquid is less. All right, now it is almost fully dissolved. Some salt is not dissolving yet. Maybe because it has reached its saturation point. I told you before that there are 3 types of solutions: dilute solutions, concentrated solutions, and saturated solution. Dilute solution is that one which has less solute. Concentrated solution is that one which has more solute than solvent, and saturated solution is that one which has maximum amount of solute dissolved in the solvent. Now I am again putting this glass on the front of my phone over my light sensor, and I'll start recording the reading. Again, I told you for another 10 seconds I will record my reading. Okay, so now the light sensor, it showed me the value 86, which means it is decreasing. But this is a change. This is also a change. Means the change in you can say, because this liquid previously it had 2 teaspoons of salt, then I added another extra teaspoon, which means that it reached its maximum saturation point. Once the water will reach its saturation point, then it will no more dissolve any more liquid, any more solute into it. Okay, and when no more solute will be dissolved, it means that no more, you can say, light will be able to transmit. Okay, so this will be a stopping point. The saturation point of water will stop the light transmit the graph which is going downwards. All right, I am clear to everyone. जितना जितना हम पानी इसमें ऐड कर रहे हैं सॉल्ट, इसका ग्राफ नीचे जाता जा रहा है, ठीक है। लेकिन जब सैचुरेशन पॉइंट आ जाता है इसका सॉल्यूशन का हमारे पास, तो उसके बाद हमारा जो ग्राफ है लाइट सेंसर वाला वो भी नीचे नहीं जाएगा। द रीजन इज दिस दैट अब वो सैचुरेटेड हो चुका है। जब वो सैचुरेटेड हो चुका है इसका मतलब अब उसमें मजीद सॉल्यूट एब्जॉर्ब करने की कैन से कैपेसिटी नहीं है, ठीक है। जब उसमें मजीद सॉल्यूट एब्जॉर्ब करने की कैपेसिटी नहीं है, तो ये जो लाइट है एक्चुअली ये सॉल्यूट एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा है लाइट को, ठीक है। अब बॉयज इसमें मेरे पास 7 रिकॉर्डिंग्स आई हैं एंड I'll just share it with you as well. Can you see my cell phone screen now, everyone? Boys, now you can use as much liquids as you can or as you want. You can also use milk. You can also use any other liquid to carry out this experiment. All right. If you have 2 liquids, it's okay. If you have more than 2 liquids, it's okay. You can compare the results using different liquids. You will compare the results and then you will share those results with me. If you are able to see my screen, see that first I added the observation, then I added my first recording, my second recording, my third recording, my fourth recording, my fifth recording, my sixth recording, and my seventh recording. Okay, so is you will graphs like this are going to appear right in front of you. Okay, and you will share these uh, graphs with me. I don't know that whether you are able to see them or not, but I have tried because I am presenting my screen. It's not visible to me. I don't know why. Azan Hassan, is my screen, my cell phone screen visible to all of you? Okay, so you can see that I have different recordings, I have got different graphs. All right, we have got some minimum values, an average value, a maximum value of light absorption. Okay, now you will conduct this experiment. Okay, अभी आप लोगों ने हो सकता है कंडक्ट किया हो या ना किया हो, I don't know, but आप ये experiment conduct करेंगे. This is your class work to conduct this experiment at home and share these results like I am sharing these results with you. Just take screenshots of these results and you will post those screenshots in Google Classroom. नंबर ऑफ टी स्पून डालेंगे 1 2 और 3 मैक्सिमम टी स्पून आप डालें, इससे ज्यादा सॉल्ट ना डालें. जब आप 1 टीस्पून डालेंगे तब आप रीडिंग एक दफा उस पर रख के चेक करेंगे फोन पे. फिर जब आप 2 टीस्पून डालेंगे तब आप रीडिंग रख के चेक करेंगे एंड जब आप 3 टीस्पून डालेंगे तब आप रीडिंग रख के चेक करेंगे.
कप के अंदर?
ठीक है, ग्लास. हाँ, वाटर में, ओनली इन वाटर.
ओके मैम, मतलब अकेला
this is my glass of water and I have added 1 teaspoon of salt to it. इसको मैं इसके ऊपर रखूंगी और इसकी रीडिंग जो है वो रिकॉर्ड करूंगी. ठीक है, और इसके अंदर आपके पास रीडिंग जरूरी नहीं है एक जैसी आए, और ये ग्राफ आपके चेंज भी हो सकते हैं, डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ सॉल्यूशन यू आर यूजिंग. ऑलराइट, इसमें अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है देन यू कैन आस्क और एल्स यू कैन.
मैम मुझे आगे समझ में है, मैं बस वो बाकी अब ये सॉल्ट वाला करके ना पानी के अंदर ऐड करके वो भी सेंड कर देता हूँ आपको। बाकी
जी
मैंने आपको कर दिया है।
बॉयज आप
गूगल
सबने
क्लास।
मुझे सेंड करने हैं प्लीज। अजान, हसन, वासिक। ओके if you have any questions then ask. If you don't have any questions then you can leave, conduct this experiment and then share it with me.